Zak Ralph from LoveWrestling.ca here. I am joined by the man who might be the next WWE Undisputed Universal Champion, the hometown hero, Sami Zayn. Sami, how are you?
Great. I don't know how else to answer, but great. It's been a wild week. We're in Montreal. We're on the eve of something potentially huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, again, it's almost poetic what's going on. You've wrestled in billiard halls in Laval, and it's taken you all the way to the main event of a WWE premium live event in your hometown. What's your reflections on this amazing journey?
Like, on the one hand, it's sort of, it feels like the next logical step when you look at it on a week-to-week level, or you look at a month-to-month level. If you follow this story with the bloodline and you've seen how it's progressed, it's like, yeah, naturally that's where you go next, right? But when you stop and kind of zoom out and you take a look back and you look at it on a longer timeline and you look at it, to your point, from day one, as a 13-year-old kid going to the Bell Center and watching Brett and Sean in that arena, and to now 25 years later be at the center of a match that almost has that same level of excitement and anticipation, that's when it gets surreal. So doing these kind of media hits or driving around the city, it kind of forces you to take inventory, and it gives you that perspective of like, wow, this is insane. Even though a couple of weeks ago it's just like, yeah, there's this and this, and then there's Montreal, and now we're taking a breath and looking around, and it's pretty special.
Amazing. You've mentioned in recent interviews that maybe bringing World Apart for one night only in Montreal might be for a special moment. Looking beyond that, I've seen some exchanges on Twitter that really excite me. You and Laura Jane Grace have exchanged the idea of her recording theme music for you. I'm hoping against hope with this question. Yeah. Any movement on that?
None really. It's tricky when you work for a big corporation like WWE, and there's a lot of moving parts in different departments and legality and all this stuff. I think obviously if it were up to me, it would have been done 10 years ago or whatever it is, but no traction on that to my knowledge, no.
My fingers remain crossed all the same. One thing that has stuck with you, of course, is the Helluva Kick. Now, from what I understand, the name of that move is rooted in your appreciation for Archie comics. Any word on that?
Not exactly, actually. It's based on, if you want the actual history here, I don't know if I've ever actually told it in an interview, but what it is when I was a kid, I had a WCW magazine, and I was reading some match results, and it said Chris Jericho defeated Six, or maybe it was the other way around, with a Helluva Kick.
Okay.
It was written Helluva like that, and I thought it was a Helluva Kick, so I thought it was a type of kick. So I told this story to Excalibur, who now does commentary on AEW every Wednesday, but I told this story to him at dinner one time at Denny's after a PWG show, and then we started calling the running Yakuza kick in the corner that I would do at the time, we started calling it the Helluva Kick. So that's actually the real history of that name.
I got some false information from Shane Hawk. We're going to have words.
Yeah.
My last question for you about Sami for Syria. You're presently funding 2 mobile clinics in conflict-affected areas. What are future goals for the program?
So we're hot off the heels of this horrible earthquake that's killed tens of thousands of people. So I'm in the midst of actually feeling pretty guilty because I've wanted to do something. The focus is on this, but I've also been so busy with this and the lead up to this that I've been a little split. My attention's been split, and I haven't really been able to give that the time and attention that I think it deserves at this moment. But as you said, there are 2 clinics currently operating in that affected area in northwest Syria, and I appreciate very much you asking me about it, and it's always good to get more eyeballs to it in case people don't know. It's SamiForSyria.com, and those donations go directly to funding these clinics, mobile clinics that drive out directly to people that otherwise don't have means or don't have access to health care. So there's that, and future plans. I'd just like to keep it going, maybe add another clinic down the road, or who knows what. There's always the intention to just keep it going for as long as possible and help as many people as possible. And I appreciate you asking about it.
Of course. You do marvelous work both in and out of the ring. So, Sami, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Zak Ralph from Love Wrestling signing out.